Who can answer this? Ashazan and Yana don't say nothing. Breezy, Sakura obviously don't say nothing. So this for the newer people who are just now diving into frames. All right. Why is this and this a frame trap slash little trap?
Oh, I didn't break it.
And I'll give you the numbers right now. This right here is +4. We'll just keep it simple and just go here. Down forward 1. Down forward 1 is a 13 frame startup move. So why is this a tech trap? I'm gonna call it a tech trap because it's not a frame trap. Lydia has frame traps. That bitch a 2D character, bro. Cheating ass Breezy. Anyway.
Man, catching strays, I'm dead, bro.
Nah. Who wants to answer, bro? Who knows why? No move can fit between it. True, but why?
Wow.
Why? This is +4. This is 13 frames. Frame advantage. Break it down for me.
Oh my god.
Okay, Tess. Why, Tess?
Bro.
The fastest move, for the most part, is a 10 frame move. Right? For the most part. There are some extreme outliers to that, like 3 that I can think of. But for the most part, everybody's jab or has access to some kind of 10 frame jab. Even Jack forward 2 is 10 frames. Down back 3 into down forward 1. Forward 2. Yeah. Tucked on the hand. Little Buddha hand. That's 10. That's just 10. I didn't know that either. Okay. And that's why I wanted to go through this. So let's talk about it. Smell a YouTube video out of this? Yeah. All right, so check me out. Frames consist of 3 phases. The first phase is your startup. That is this. If my punch is like a frame, an attack inside a video game, this right here would be the wind up. You know what I'm saying? So the moment before I come into contact with that bitch ass nigga's face, okay? The wind up, that's the startup, okay? Now, in order to try to simulate real life, but also it still has to be a video game, they limit this by startup does not contain the second part of frames, which is the active frame. The active frame is the part of you hitting that bitch ass nigga. That's the part of you hitting him. Okay? This is your active part. You'll notice it because in most games will have, like, if you ever look at a game's hit boxes or hurt boxes, those red boxes around the limbs, that's what that is. That's the active part. You know what I'm saying? Your startup part of your frames will not have the active part. So the startup part of your frames cannot actually hit someone, which is why it's ill-advised to do slow moves in someone's face. Because no matter what the animation looks like, the startup part of that move will not hit that person. Only the active part of that frame will do that. Okay? So the active part is the part of you hitting that person. Okay? Now that brings us to, and that's not gonna like reflect here. You know what I'm saying? They don't really show their hitboxes and their hurt boxes in this game because like it would kind of be a mess. But just trust me, that's what that is. In 2D games, you can see this. If you go and download Fightcade, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Go download Fightcade, Third Strike, go into Street Fighter 6, do it. Yeah, or Street Fighter 6, go into training mode. Third Strike, go into training mode on Fightcade. Same thing. It'll have all the hitboxes, hurt boxes there available for you. But so you can see what I mean by that. But it's literally a box. Well, I guess it's like more like a cone in Tekken. But it's literally a cone that says if something comes into contact of this, then do X amount of damage. Okay? So that is the active part. Now the last part, which is kind of like loosely represented by this number here, frame advantage, right? But that's the recovery. The recovery frames is normally what we're talking about when we say how negative something is. Prime example, that's minus 17. That means I have to go through 17 frames of like, of recovering from that attack. I have to go through 17 frames of me like, you know, my foot coming back down to the ground, getting both feet on the ground, standing back up, going back to neutral before I can do anything. Okay? That's recovery. So you have your startup, your active frame, your startup frames, your active frames, and then your recovery. Okay? You're winding up to hit somebody, you've made contact with that person, and now you're reeling back into your neutral stance. Does that make sense? Everybody get the 3 stages of frames? Can I put my fist down now? Bet. All right. So startup, yeah, and recovery. You're not too concerned with the active part. Honestly, you're not really concerned with the active frame part, but I just have to say that because, you know, I just have to say that because that's the active, you know, I just have to say it. So anyway, startup and recovery, and you know what I'm saying, Epic? So startup and recovery is the main thing that you're worrying about. And I want to say in just about any 3D game, you're really only worried about those 2 categories because your startup is going to be how fast something is. This is 10 frames. You see how fast that is. This is 18 frames. You see how much longer it takes for her to hit him. See what I'm saying?